So what about this data drill? So if I select this visual again about this area here. To understand this, we have to think about an example. Here we have our population for different regions. And you could say that you might want to have this data in a bit more detailed level, on country level, for example. No, you could say no problem about that. Let's go to the dim region table here. Let's take the country field and let's put it right here maybe. Doesn't work. If I click here, no, I can't access anything. If I put it above here, yeah, then this is working. Here I have my country data. Perfect. And for that, I could now, for example, delete the region data and everything is all right. If I want to have back my region names though, well, then I have to take it again, put it right here above the country and so on. And as you can imagine, this is a typical use case from any example where you want to go into more details. Let's say you want to have a general product category, then you want to go to single products and so on. So you have many use cases for something like this. Therefore, there must be a better solution. The thing is, there is one. And it's the concept of hierarchies. A hierarchy can actually be created manually by us or automatically by Power BI Desktop. Let's start with the automatically created hierarchy because it was already done here. If you closely had a look at our visual while we played around right here, you see that this menu here, these options suddenly appeared when I added the second field. If I delete this one again, it's gone. If I add the country once again, it's there. If we have a look at these two symbols first, we'll cover these in a few minutes, you see that this symbol here allows us to go to the next level in the hierarchy, while this allows us to go to the lowest level of the hierarchy. A hierarchy basically is a sequence of different detail levels for our data, you could say. So in our case, we have the region name as the more aggregated view. And then in a more detailed view, we have the country data. So the top level of the hierarchy here is the region name. The lowest level of the hierarchy here is the country. So in our case, going to the next level and going to the lowest level would be the same. If you would have 3 hierarchy levels, you would here go to the lowest one. Here would go to the second one, as we are starting on the top level here. So if I click here, you see we are suddenly in our country view now. Oops, now I moved the chart, not what I wanted. Here, and you can see we can scroll through all these data. And if we want to go back, we can go to this drill up feature here. Now we're back. As I said, this has the same impact in our case. This goes to the lowest level of the hierarchy. So this is what hierarchies can do. You can simply combine different levels of detail in a single visual. And as I told you, this hierarchy was created automatically by Power BI Desktop, but you can also explicitly create such hierarchies. How does this work? Well, if you right-click onto the highest level of the hierarchy that you want to have, in our case the region name, then you can select New Hierarchy right here. If you do that, you see that the hierarchy was created. You can see this indicated by the symbol here. And now you can add a second field, for example the country, by simply dragging and dropping it right here. Now you see we have the region and the country. Now we can simply take this hierarchy, so this single field, and add it to our axis. We cannot now remove the region name and the country because both of these fields are part of the hierarchy. And now we can again go to the second level and go back just as we had it before. But of course with that it makes it a lot easier to see the hierarchy. It's indicated right here by the structure and also here in our fields part. We can see the hierarchy immediately. If you want to decrease the amount of detail included in the hierarchy, you can do so by simply unselecting a specific field. Right here, for example. This will now basically destroy our options to drill through the different detail levels, as we only have one detail level left. But if you have multiple fields in here, then you can easily change your hierarchy. Now we see it back. This is the old state. So these are hierarchies. And we also saw this drill up feature. But what is this right here? This drill down. Let's turn it on first. Okay, nothing changed. So let's see if I now click onto the hierarchy. As we had it before, nothing changed. But now we can click onto a data point to drill. What does this mean now? Let's click Europe, for example. Okay, now we have a country split again, but the left visual already indicates what happened. With the drill mode being enabled, we can dive deeper into the hierarchy, but only for the selected point in our visual. Here we only selected Europe, therefore the left chart, as we still have the interactions ongoing, changed the visual to Europe only, and here we now also see only European countries. If you go back up again and select, for example, North America, you see we have North American countries here. So this is the combination of hierarchies and the drill mode. And you can also find this right here in this drill option. Here you can drill up, which always means go back to the higher level. And you can activate or deactivate drill down. So this is how drill down and hierarchies work in general. By the way, we have options like switch to next level, expand next level, and drill through. These are a bit more advanced, therefore I don't want to dive too deep here at this stage of the project. There is one last thing I would like to show you about the drill down feature though, and this is the apply drill down filters to option. We also saw this one right here in the format area, because this simply specifies what exactly should be drilled down. And if you think back about what you saw when we activated this feature and selected Africa, for example, you see that this had an impact onto the left visual here. If we go back again and now say that the filter should only apply to the selected visual, well, then this will change, because if I now select Africa, this doesn't have an impact onto the left visual here. So with that, you again have some kind of interaction between the two visuals, you could say, but this time tailored to the drill down feature. We can leave it activated actually, because I think it's a cool feature. And with that, we can unselect this visual. And now it's time to have a closer look at the colors that we have in our charts, because at the moment we have the default styling here, but you probably want to change these. Therefore, it's time to have a look at data colors and at conditional formatting as a next step.